Hello everybody, this is Thannus here, and today we're back in Luigi's mansion. In the last episode, we finally took on our first 3 boss ghosts, one of which was a major boss ghost, allowing us to complete Area 1, the first area of the game. And today we're going to be heading back to the mansion. We recently unlocked a new area, so we're going to be taking that area on. This is the same cutscene we saw last time, so we're just going to skip that. Alright, and right off the bat here, you might notice there isn't much we can really do right now in terms of exploration type stuff. If we go ahead and click on the map here, and I'm not using a PS4 controller or the 3DS, so I'm going to use my mouse just to do this. Sorry if you hear the mouse clicks. But if we look at our map here on the bottom screen, you can see that we can't really do anything on the second floor anymore. That's pretty much all blocked off for us now. And the third floor we most definitely can't do anything on. So we're pretty much restricted to the first floor right now, so keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and walk closer to this door, and it's going to resonate. And now we have access. And here we are. It is finally time to take on the greater portion of the mansion. And right off the bat we have this enemy here. These are bats. Bats are a smaller type of enemy that do very little damage. That thing, I don't remember what that's called, but it is also very common. You don't have to deal with them often. However, they are also extremely easy to take care of. Literally just as soon as you start vacuuming up, they'll start going away, so it's not that difficult to deal with that specific type of enemy. Now, we can't access any of the doors right off the bat here. That mouse there, you want to pick it up. That is a gold mouse. That's one of the special type of mice I was talking about before. Gold mice will drop an increased amount of gold. And by increased amount of gold, I mean just gold in general, because normal mice will not drop any. We got another one of these things. If I can actually position myself correctly. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and pick up the heart. We don't really need to. And I believe at least one of these vases has gold in it, but I don't remember which. Now, if we went in this door right here, we would register this room on our map. However, there's not really much for us to do down there. In fact, there's not really anything for us to do in there, so we're just gonna move on down this hallway right here. That noise you hear right there, ignore that. Go ahead and suck up that ghost. If you don't, he's going to throw a ball at you that will hurt you. So you just want to go ahead and continue moving down this hallway. Like I said earlier, check every vase in the hallway. That is a poison mushroom. We don't want that. No thank you. And if bats or mice come towards you, just go ahead and get rid of those. If mice and bats hit you, they will actually make you drop gold, and they'll do some slight damage to you, although it's usually not significant enough to make any sort of difference. Alright, I'm gonna just continue moving on that way. As you can see, there's not really many rooms we can go in right now. At least no rooms that we haven't been to already. So we're gonna go ahead and just move further down here and first off deal with this ghost and enter this room right here. Alright. So this is the washroom, and this is a new type of ghost. I don't remember what these are called, but they're going to try and grab you, and when they do so, you just have to wiggle them off, and then go ahead and flash the flashlight at them, and start inhaling them like any normal ghost. And with that, we're already done with this room.
Yeah, it looks like you ran into a bit of trouble there. Maybe you need more training. There are some ghosts who will try to grab and hold you. When that happens, try moving the control stick back and forth to shake them off. It's the age-old struggle for survival, my boy. Don't lose heart, Luigi.
Alright. So that is a basic explanation of how to deal with those ghosts. There's a key up here we're going to go ahead and grab. If we can get it right. For some reason, the Pro Controller seems to be really sensitive with the shoulder button. Sometimes it does not register when it's being held down properly, which is a minor nuisance at most. It's not really that common, and it's also not really that big of an issue for us. So there's not really anything in here anymore, so we're just gonna head out. And now we can go ahead and continue on down towards that room we passed earlier. Let's deal with these bats and mice here. If they're in your way, they usually aren't too much of a nuisance. They're actually pretty easy to avoid. And we're gonna go in this room right here. We have a key for it, so it's gonna be pretty nice. So this is the ballroom, and you might notice that there are these things that look like shy guys with pikes, and they both just disappeared. So you can't actually shine the flashlight on these guys until you have their masks off. You want to get that handled pretty quickly. And once you start capturing them, their counterparts will also start going after you, so you gotta be careful. Otherwise, they'll just sprint around passively, possibly hitting you, but usually they won't go directly after you for quite a bit. We only got one of them there. I don't know if it's possible to get both of them at once. I have tried many times before, and so far it hasn't been much of a possibility for me from what I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, though. And just keep grabbing these guys. And these should be the last two here. Yep, we only got one still. Alright, not too big of an issue for us. We're just gonna go ahead and grab the last one once he pops back up. Easy as pie. Alright. Alright, so these are our newest boss ghosts here. So, let's go ahead and look at them. The woman says, "Let us show him how he dance." And the man... if I can get a good shot at him. "So you can see me? Well, that may be, but you will never find my weakness." I don't exactly know the specific strategy to... Okay, that works. So basically, a brief moment after they spin, I believe their heart becomes visible, so just try to work with that. Oh, I feel like this poison mushroom is gonna hit me. Oh, very narrowly. We did that perfectly, though, and thankfully the poison mushroom was not an issue for us. It bounced close to us several times, though. I was really afraid it was going to hit us there. I don't believe these chandeliers drop anything, but I'm checking just in case. It's always a good idea to check everything in the room for extra cash if you want. And as you can see, we also have this room cleared already. It's not much of a problem for us right now. Oh, we got a gold bar. Alright, so this room's pretty much clear. We're going to go ahead and access this chest right here. I'm just going to go ahead and open up my timer. There's no reason for it not to be open because it's not visible in the final recording anyway, and I can just know how much I have left for this recording. There's not really a limit per se, but I like to limit my recordings to a certain amount just to not have too much in one episode or have it be too lengthy. Alright, here we have a secret room. So we have one of these longer range punch ghosts here. Just get rid of him once he pops up. And I believe he has a few... Oh yes, the red version of that white ghost we encountered earlier. They do the same exact thing to attack you. Sorry, I have something in my throat. However, they also deal the damage to you when doing so, so be wary of these guys. They will not... While the white guys won't harm you, the red guys will. Alright, so the pink guy hurt us, but thankfully this red guy went into our grasp immediately. We're going to go ahead and just get the pink one immediately after. Alright, and that is all the ghosts in this room. Go ahead and just check everything in here for cash. Per usual, I don't think there's much of anything in here for us to get, but I'm just checking, just to be sure. I'm trying to be thorough here. Like I said, cash isn't really a required point of this game. Now, if you look in this mirror right here, you don't really need to use the Game Boy Hoarder to do it, but I'm doing it just to better point it out. You'll see that there's a button right there. Go ahead and head that way, and Luigi will actually press it. Interesting. So a new area of the room's opened up, and there's a wanted there's a poster right here that says danger. However, the only option we really have is to press this button, so we're gonna do exactly that.
Who's there? Who dares disturb our sleep? Oh, it's Luigi. Look, guys, Luigi's finally here. We're gonna do what you did to your brother, only worse. What's on his back? Z-Gats Poltergust 3000. Everybody scram!
Well, that was unfortunate circumstance.
Luigi, are you okay? That was them. Those were the ones who released all of the ghosts from the paintings in my gallery, those fiends. I wondered where King Boo and his gang had gone. So, they were hiding in the mansion all along. Thanks for flushing them out, Luigi. I'm tickled you found them, but perhaps it would have been better if you hadn't, well, let every single one escape. Just a thought. Well, water under the bridge. Anyway, you should probably come back to the lab for a sec.
I guess we're gonna do exactly that.
I've been waiting for you, Luigi. Your brother must have been taken by that gang of boos. Poor feller. Oh, now don't talk crazy. They're not gonna eat the man. But what became of him, Odd that he hasn't come back. Common theory holds that boos grow in strength when they gravel in numbers. They must somehow combine their powers too. Their power likely overwhelmed your brother. If your aim is to save Mario, there's but one way to do it. Capture each boo and slowly weaken the group's power. But boos, as their name implies, like to hide and then jump out to scare people. You've got your work cut out finding them. Don't get all down in the mouth, my boy. That Game Boy horror I gave you has a secret function. I knew it'd come in handy one day, so I developed it secretly. I call it the Boo Radar. The Boo Radar will flash red when something around like a boo is hidden nearby. Use it to search everywhere, Luigi.
So, it detects specifically round items, but not the specific corporeal essence of a boo. I get it. Kind of unintuitive, but I guess it works as long as there's at least a boo in the room. But if you're just in like a... you know what, my point's moot. Alright now, Sonny, don't go tuckering yourself out. Relax and just try to get those boos one at a time. The trick is using the motion controls and the control stick together. Don't forget now. I'm not using motion controls because it stopped working for some reason. Alright, we're gonna head back to the mansion because there's not really much else for us to do right now. Alright, now that we're back in the mansion, we're actually going to want to go ahead and make a few stops. So first up, we're actually going to head back up to the second floor, which was where we had gone before. And we're going to head into this doorway right here. So as you can see, the Boo Radar suddenly started flashing in the bottom corner of our top screen. We go ahead and get close to, let's say, this right here. A ball with a Boo's face pops out. Great. These are useless. You can just get rid of those if you want. However, you can tell that there is still a Boo in the area. So just go ahead and search for him. Your radar will start blinking faster and blinking more red the closer you get. He looks like he's still in this thing. He just hid in the same place. And unlike normal ghosts, you don't actually have to flash Boos. You can just immediately start sucking them up with the Poltergust.
Mercy, you've already caught your first Boo. I've been researching those guys. Well, these Boos don't seem to like light much, that's for sure. They do their best to hide in under furniture when they're stuck in a lit room. So then, I reckon that means that turning on all the lights in the mansion is the fastest way to find all the Boos. Wouldn't you say, youngster? Okay, now send me the Boo and all the data you've got.
Alright, every time you catch a Boo, it'll ask you to save your game, which actually is very useful because that means we have to save less often. Now, like he said, Boos will only appear in rooms that you've already completely cleared. That means no other ghosts are in the room anymore, and the lights are on. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and try finding our next Boo here. That's not it. I believe he's gonna be in this one then, because there's only 3 pieces of furniture in here, and usually the lights don't count. Alright, this is Bootha! Our second Boo in our conquest to catch them all. But this is not Pokemon. They all have distinct names though, but they all look identical and do the same exact things.
Fantastic. Way to go, Luigi. Okay, now send me the boo and all the data you've got. Basically, EGAD will just cycle through different quotes every time you catch boo. It's pretty simple. Alright, so we already have 2 boos off to a good start. We're just going to go ahead and see if we can find another one. And it looks like we already did. This is Game Boo Advance, our 3rd boo here. Now, you might notice him floating around like that. Boos will actually try to escape into different rooms if you let them. Usually, it's not too difficult. However, later in the game, some boos may be harder to manage. So I'm going to go ahead and save now that we caught him. Alright, we already got 3 of them. Very nice. Go ahead and keep moving on. Just gonna go ahead and head back down to this main room. Back to the foyer, actually, because then we can re-access the sort of area to the side here. And we're actually gonna check all of these rooms here. Alright. So, like I said, there's a boo in most of these rooms. Well, actually, usually there's a boo in every room that is not a hallway. Like I said earlier, though, you also have to make sure the lights in said room are on in order to catch them. Alright. That is 4 boos down. Doing the math, 46 to go. Don't worry, though, it actually goes by really quickly. The boos are not that difficult to find. Catching them can be the difficult part, but usually it's also fine in that regard as well. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and check this room now. And nope, that is a bomb. Bombs will also pop out sometimes as a trap when the boos don't appear. I am getting hit a lot by these guys. Wow. I have never been hit that often by boos. I guess it's the LP curse. You do worse when you're playing than you do off-screen. Or sorry, you do worse when you're recording than you do off-screen. And now we actually have 5 million gold, it looks like. Alright, now he's asking us to go to the washroom, so we're going to do that in just a moment. He's remotely unlocked it somehow, and the implication that he can do that with just any room in this house is frustrating because he doesn't. But apparently he can. Before we head to the washroom, we're actually going to go ahead and try to handle the boo in Chauncey's room, though, because we might as well do it while we're up here in this area. This is Turbo, our 6th boo in the game. By the way, you don't have to catch these in this distinct order. This is just the order I'm doing them in. You can literally catch boos at any point in the game before the end. You are not at all required to catch boos before the end. Except for one that is in, well, spoilers. But there are some boos you are required to catch, but the ones I'm catching right now are... Well, actually, no. We are required to catch 5 in order to unlock the washroom, and the washroom is indeed required to move on with the game, so keep that in mind, at least. Alright, we're just gonna save with Toad. He just mentioned a big boo flying through here. He most likely means King Boo. But we're gonna go ahead and head to the washroom anyway right now, because we might as well, you know? Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna get any hearts. I'm at 70 hearts, and that's not really good. Alright, so that is a bomb ghost. They're basically the same as the ones that pop out of the ceiling, however they're purple, and they drop bombs. Pretty simple. The bombs do quite a bit of damage, though, so you want to go ahead and avoid those to the best of your ability. You also notice that there's this candle floating here. We can't deal with him yet, so just ignore him. Like, very much just ignore him. Don't pay attention to him at all. Alright. We have another toad in here, which is very cool. We're going to go ahead and open that up, and that is exactly what we need, a heart. Anything in this? No? We go ahead and mess with that. Doesn't really do anything. We can go over here, pull on this toilet paper here, which has an excessive amount of holes in it, not very sanitary. And we can also open up the toilet, grab this key right here, which will unlock our next room. The rooms are actually unlocked in a pretty linear order. You're not going to really be restricted, or it's not really... the entire map is open, but you unlock the rooms in a very linear order. Alright, Toad dropped a really important thing in the toilet, and we're going to tell him not to worry about it, even though it's the key, technically speaking. And he's just going to say he's not going to worry about it, flush it away. But we don't want that to happen, so it's a good thing we grabbed it. Of course, it's impossible to actually lose a key. He doesn't ever manually flush it down. Alright,
So, actually, I think we're gonna go ahead and just move on in the next episode. So I will see you guys in the next episode of Luigi's Mansion, where we will be taking on the next few set of boss ghosts. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.